Hey everybody, it's Mobius Y with a video about Stellaris Console Edition, but obviously that's not what's going on in the background here, so if you don't care for the gameplay that I recorded in the background to kind of distract yourself, you can just, walk away and listen while I babble. I largely just wanted to talk about my semi-short-term plans for future Stellaris Console Edition videos. Now, at the time of releasing this video, which is quite a while after I record it, no doubt, it will be Tuesday, March 17th, and today was the release for the PC's Federations expansion. And the development team as well as the marketing team at Paradox have been heavily focused on Federations for quite some time now, a few months, but especially in late February and early March here. So that's largely why I don't think we've heard much of anything further on when Console Edition is getting the 2.2 upgrade. That, and it's possibly just not ready yet. So, probably a good mix of the two. Now, because of 2.2, no official date being given for when console does get that update, once Federations is out, I do want to kind of hit the pause button on releasing more mechanics videos. By the time you're seeing this, you'll have, or I should say, all the mechanics videos that I've made throughout February and up in the beginning of March here should be out by now, as I scheduled each one to be a bit of a staggered release, and give me plenty of time to whip up a batch of new ones over the course of a few weeks. I'm not gonna stop doing those outright, but I am gonna take a bit of a break from doing those kind of things, as the next mechanics videos I want to cover are far more in-depth and far more advanced. I don't want every mechanics video to be helping gear new players towards a better understanding of the game, so that they get a better understanding of it. I do want to be making some videos that are far more advanced and directed towards experienced Stellaris players, to give the more, long-term veterans ideas of how to better play the game and better min-max things, and just better prepare for possibly harder difficulties or something like that, if that's the kind of player you are. And this includes things like the tier lists that I have been hinting at for quite some time. Species Traits tier list, Empire Civics tier list, and Ascension Perks tier list. These are the things that I want to release to the channel next, and put in the Stellaris Mechanics playlist next. But with Federations coming out, I just want to hold off on those for a few weeks and see what happens with any big announcements. If we get like a big news date, if we get a big news announcement for a release date for 2.2, and of course, if we hear nothing, then I will definitely start releasing those tier lists by the end of March or early April here, going into springtime here, because I do want to get those out so that they are relevant and current for the current version of Stellaris Console Edition. A lot of it's going to be based on my own personal experience and opinion, but quite a bit of it is gleaned from information I've found elsewhere. People playing older version PC from a few years ago, as well as other people who currently also play Console Edition. So I do want to get those videos out to help the more experienced players kind of learn more about the game and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't want to entirely focus on bringing newer players up to speed on things, as I feel that can be rehashed and redone 6 ways to Sunday, and a lot of the time I'll just be repeating this. A lot of the time I'll just be repeating things that I've already said. Of course, with that being said, once we do get 2.2, I will be having to redo a lot, if not all, of the mechanics videos that I have released so far. To be completely honest, I kind of got a little too lazy and procrastinated way too much with actually working on them, not starting them until early February there, when I've been wanting to do them since as far back as, I want to say like November of last year, or possibly even longer. I've definitely been wanting to do tier lists since as far back as September, not long after we got Utopia, but I didn't feel that my own personal experience and knowledge was developed enough to really be much of an expert on the subject. But at this point, I've pretty much tried everything. I'd say it's safe to say that you know, I have a pretty good idea of what works and what doesn't. So I would very much like to use this break to get started on working on not necessarily scripts, but a bit of a layout for those tier lists. They're going to be way longer videos than the 5-6 minute mechanics videos that have come out so far, and they're going to be largely unscripted. So it's going to be deep diving into stuff, a lot more talking. They're going to be a lot longer videos, and they won't be as interesting for the casual player. They'll be more for the person who really wants to challenge themselves, try to min-max things in Stellaris Console Edition, as well as put themselves in harder difficulties to experience what that's like. So I do hope people enjoy them at the time. So, like I said, there's going to be less videos coming out for the next little bit here, but that doesn't mean that I am not going to bother doing anything ever again with Stellaris Console Edition. That's simply not true. I will be getting back around to it, doing more things like, basic and intermediate mechanics. I definitely need to do something like a ship designs video as well. I'll be working on that around the same time that I do these tier lists that I mentioned. So that should be coming as well. But like I said, if 2.2 it gets rushed out the gate not long after we get Federations, then there's not much point in me starting to work on those so soon after Federations, especially. So if we get 2.2 in like early April, then I'm not going to spend the time to work on those tier lists or work on videos, or I should say, or work on a ship designs video, as I do feel that those are very important. I've been straight up asked about ship designs video for quite some time, and I do see those comments every time that come up. So that is also something I definitely want to get out there. I think a lot of people would benefit from it. It would be very useful. So that is something else I want to do. But like I said, it's just not really, there's no point in doing any of that stuff if we get 2.2 right away, because I'll be relearning the game and working on videos to help people learn what they need to in the 2.2 upgrade. So that's about it. You'll still see me streaming Tuesdays and Fridays. Check the links in the description below for my Twitch channel. Also check out the Discord channel. Great way to keep in touch with me, as well as mention that you're interested in being a part of the Friday multiplayer streams, which have been going strong for the last several weeks here. But it would be nice to get some new people in. I've largely been cycling through the same group of about I want to say about 10 or 12 people every few weeks. Somebody that hasn't been there for a while comes back, but we have gotten some new people lately, and it would be nice to keep that trend going. So let me know. Either join the Discord and let me know that you'd like to be a part of the Friday thing, or just shoot me a message on Xbox Live. That's the best way to tell me that. If you leave a comment, that really does me no good, because I don't know what your gamer tag is, and I don't know if you'll actually be available, because it does depend on your own personal availability. So I just really wanted to bring people up to speed with what my intentions were for the short term regarding Stellaris console videos. For the rest of March here. Like I said, I'll still be streaming, I'll still be uploading those streams, so you will still see a couple of videos throughout the week. They just won't be, nearly as frequent, where I was getting out like 4 or 5 videos a week in the last little while here. But stay tuned, there's definitely more to come, and I really hope you guys find that the wait is worth it. In the meantime, this is Mobius Y signing off, yakking about Stellaris Console Edition. Hope you've enjoyed the gameplay in the background if you watched it. If not, thanks very much for listening to my babbling, and I hope to see you again real soon. Take care, everybody.